Hello, everybody. Marie Gervais here from Shift Management, and I want to talk to you today about a really important topic, your transferable skills, what that means, and how you can use that for your resume and for your interview to get a job without the stress of wondering if you've been effective or not. So that's what we're going to do today. First, a little bit about why I'm interested in this. I grew up in a family with immigrant parents, and my parents had to struggle with work, so I know what it feels like from that perspective, from the perspective of a child. As an adult, as a child, I was always looking for ways to make money. I started my first job when I was 13, and I kept on going from there, but I found it always difficult, and I found myself in situations where I was being underpaid and I wasn't being valued for what I was worth, and I really felt that there was a lot of misery in job search, and I wanted to get better at it. And as I got better at it, more and more people started to ask me for advice. So I became known as the job search guru. People kept asking me, can you help me find work? Can you help me solve my career problems? What should I do with my life? And because in addition to going through it myself, I learned a lot of skills. Because of that, I ended up being able to help people with it. And why do I do this? Because I can't stand to see people unhappy at work. I really want people to be happy in their jobs, doing something that matters to them, something where they feel they're being paid what's a worthwhile wage for them, and that they can move forward with their careers. It just matters so much to me. It really is a driver. So that's why I do it. And so I've put lots of resources together for you. I'll tell you a little bit about that at the end of this post that can help you with your job search so it's not painful, and so that you have less stress and you can really enjoy moving forward with confidence with what you're doing to find the career of your choice. So today, what I said we were going to talk about is transferable skills. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, what transferable skills are you talking about? What do you, what kind of skills are we looking at here? We're looking for, is that the same thing as soft skills? People often are really confused about what that means with soft skills. People go, well, what do you mean soft skills? What is that? If I am qualified for my job and I have the skills to do it, then shouldn't I just be hired based on that merit? Well, that's true, you should be, but people want to make sure you are going to fit in with the team, with the company, with the business goals, with the organizational mandate, and all of those things require working with people. And they want to know what your skills are to do that. So soft skills mean a whole bunch of different things, but I'll give you the whole complete definition. So soft skills are the inner skills that you have developed to be able to think, to learn, to strategize, and to solve problems. Those are your own inside skills. That's part of your soft skills. Another part of soft skills is how you communicate with other people, how you work with teams, how you solve team issues, how you resolve problems when they come up or not resolve them. So those are your interpersonal skills. Those are also part of your soft skills. And those are really important in Canada. It's kind of interesting how Canada is a very individualistic society, but yet those soft skills are so important to Canadian employers. So that's part of the soft skill. The other part of the soft skills is how you can solve employers' problems using your skill set. So how can you transfer what you've got to a new context? That's also part of your soft skills. And you also need to know how to work across different cultures, because in this day and age, nobody is working in a place where they are only with themselves, speaking to themselves. So you're going to be working across different cultures. It'll be ethnic cultures, language cultures, religious cultures. It's going to be national cultures. It's going to also be gender, age. It's going to be preference. It's going to be department. It's going to be company cultures. It's going to be workplace culture. All of that you're going to have to work with. And it's a whole bunch of soft skill development. So those are the soft skills. So, well, what's the difference then between soft skills and transferable skills? Well, transferable skills are any skills that you have. So yes, your soft skills, but also your technical skills, and a third category called your qualities, which I'll talk about in a minute. It's those three things together that make you have skills that you can transfer from one job to the next, from one industry to the next, and that you could use. So if you were, for example, a mechanical engineer and you knew how to read blueprints, well, what other jobs could you use blueprint reading in? Well, drafting would be an obvious one, but there could be a whole bunch of other jobs that use blueprint reading. Construction would be another one. Project management on bridge building teams. Like there's just so many things you can think of where it would be really important to know how to read blueprints. So blueprints for you, if you can read blueprints, that is a transferable skill. If you can teach other people how to read blueprints and how to use them, and you can teach your team to keep referring back to the blueprints and using blueprints effectively, that's also a transferable skill, but that's more of a soft side of the skill. So if you can do it yourself and work with blueprints, then you have that skill. If you can teach other people how to do it and get the team on board with it, those are transferable soft skills having to do with blueprints. See what I mean? So then if in the process, you do that in a way where you are motivating, encouraging, and you can still stick with the production, those are your qualities, right? So you can be timely and organized. You can be motivating and encouraging. Those are the qualities that you have. So if you take those three categories, your soft skills, your technical skills, and your qualities, and you put all of those together, and then you've got what's called a set of transferable skills that you can use in your resumes, in your interviews, and in the way that you pitch yourself to people when you're at some kind of a networking session. So this is extremely useful. So let me just review again. So if you've got your own set of those three things, your soft skills, your technical skills, and your qualities, you put them together, it's going to be very useful for you. Now, I'm going to give you a specific way to do it. And I also have several downloads for you, and there's an article about transferable skills so that you can find yours easily. So what you want to do is ask yourself the question, what skills do I have that would solve the problem for the person who's going to hire me for the job? So what do I know that would help solve blank problem? Okay, so let's take, for example, if you're applying for an IT position. Okay, so if you're applying for an IT position, and you're going to go, what do I know that would help my employer solve whatever, let's say software client problems that they have? What do I know that would help my employer solve software coding issues that they might have? What do I know that would help my employer solve IT management issues that they might have? What do I know that would help my employer solve IT innovation issues that they might have, right? So think about that, and then you add in your skills. So you look for, first you make a list of what your technical skills would be to solve that problem, and then a list of what your soft skills would be. And remember, those soft skills are about your personal skills, your intrapersonal skills, your intercultural skills, your problem-solving skills. So all of that stuff, you look at what that is and what qualities you have that you would bring to the team, and you have a perfect set of ways to phrase both what the employer needs and what you would like to be able to offer. So I'm going to read you a few examples that I wrote so you can see what it looks like. So I made a list of things that I can do, right, that are soft skills and that are technical skills, and I created 3 responses to 3 different jobs if I were writing a resume, and also if I were in an interview. So if job number 1, let's say that they're looking for a management job. So in job number 1, I might say, I'm a passionate and enthusiastic leader who is skilled at creating a warm and inclusive team environment while organizing projects to get the job done on time. Okay, so what I'm saying is I'm giving my qualities. I'm saying I'm passionate and enthusiastic leader, right? Then starting with the qualities, which is how you would lead, who is skilled at creating a warm and inclusive environment. So it's showing what my soft skills are. And then while staying organized and getting the project to completion on time. Okay, so then that's allowing the employer to see how I can apply all of my skill set to that management position. So then if I were in an interview for that position, I could say something like, if you need a manager who can motivate and build a highly functioning team while meeting production deadlines, I'm a good candidate for that. Okay, so again, I'm going to say, if you need a manager who can motivate and build a highly functioning team while meeting production deadlines, I'm a good candidate. Okay, so then that's how you can use that whole selection of your qualities, your soft skills, and your other skills together for the job. Now I'm going to give you one more example, and this example is for more of a practical job. So if I can say, let's say I was applying for support for a group home, which would require a whole bunch of different practical skills. So if I look at my practical skills, if I were to apply for a group home, what it would be like would be, I would say, well, I probably need to know how to cook, how to drive, how to help people feel confident in themselves. Probably need to help them with basic, computer skills, digital skills, those kinds of things. Those are all things that I have in my skill list, right? So I could say, well, for this job in my resume, I can say, I can provide practical support to people by cooking, driving, teaching them basic computer skills, and helping them to feel confident in themselves. Okay? So if I were saying that during resume, it would also show during an interview, it would also show the employer how I can practically meet the requirements of that job. So that's the basic idea. There are lots of assessments you can take, and you can go through lists, and I do have some of them for you, which I'll put into the bottom of this post. So I do have some lists that you can use to help you with that whole process. But once you've got it, it's really fast for you to be able to apply in a very focused way for a job, and also to pitch yourself appropriately during the interview so the employer is more likely to hire you. So I hope you enjoyed that. Excuse me. Hope you found that useful. And if you want to know more, you should go to shiftworkplace.com, go to courses, go to Canadian Workplace, and in Canadian Workplace, the very first course that you're going to see that's only a $7 course is called Finding the Job You Want, the Inner and Outer Game. And it gives you the 3 things you need to be able to focus, find out what's in the market, and apply your strategies to get work in your field. And it's only $7, so you should totally get yours today. Like, it's going to meet all your needs in a very low price, and you're really going to find it valuable. So I suggest you go get it. So go to Shift Workplace, and then go to courses, and under the Canadian Workplace course suite, you will find the very first one's Finding the Job You Want. It's the perfect title. Click on it, and you'll be able to get it for $7 right away. So enjoy and have a great day.